it up inside, but nonetheless I feel the need to say I don't know the future, but the past keeps getting clearer every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rushmore Show's ultimate sitcom showdown. It's a battle of comedy giants as we unveil the top 4 characters from the Goldbergs facing off with The Office.
Get ready for the ultimate laugh-off as these beloved characters go head-to-head, bringing their unique charm and humor to the ring.
From the Goldbergs' retro nostalgia to The Office's quirky office antics, our list is a celebration of the sitcom legends who've kept us laughing.
This showdown isn't just about sitcoms, it's a clash of comedic worlds that will leave you in stitches.
Grab your popcorn, subscribe to the channel, and prepare for the ultimate sitcom showdown as we crown the top 4 characters from the Goldbergs and The Office.
Get ready for hilarity because the Rushmore Show starts right now.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. Andy, what a fantastic time it was in Presidents and Pigskins. Football is come and gone as far as Rushmores go, and now we're celebrating, cheering on our fantasy football teams. But now it's time to move into the fall. And what better things that come with fall is pumpkin spice and television.
Yes.
So we're going to do some TV. What do you think about TV, man? We did a whole Rushmore set last year, and now it's time to bring in a little more. What are you feeling this year?
We are back, ready to kick off October 2.0, talking about all of the great things that happen with TV. We got some new friends that are going to be hopefully joining us this month, people that we've met at either the RetroCon or just other people who haven't been on the show before. So we're very excited about all of that. And if I'm not mistaken, we have this is a 5-episode month. This is a 5-episode month. We have 5 Mondays. So you guys get a little bit of extra, a little lanyap, as we like to call it. So, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, get a little extra TV. I mean, after credit scene or something, you get a little after credits, but stay tuned until the end of our show, and you can find out all the different episodes that are coming up. But today's episode is really special. It's special to both of us. Yes. So last year, if you hung around with us around sitcoms, which is pretty much Andy's favorite genre when it comes to television, it's one of my favorites. We both came up with our list, and our George, we've decided to go head-to-head today on a battle. And also, if you stayed around with us for nostalgia and you were here with Robbie Musso and John McCarthy, those guys did what top 4 cartoon characters would you want to hang out with? What a fantastic idea. We decided to bring it back for television and hang out in our favorite 2 television shows. So, Andy, what's your George of sitcoms?
Well, did I make it my George or my Link? But it's The Office. I love The Office. It's one of the top 2. It's a great show, and I've used it plenty of times in editing. I put in clips of The Office. If it's in there, chances are it was an Andy edit. So I love The Office, man. And what about you?
So The Office and Parks and Rec, those were hand in hand. And sure. I thought Office may have gotten the one spot then, but maybe not. And then mine was none other than the 80s nostalgia impact sitcom, That 70s Show. I'm just kidding. We're going with the Goldbergs. Yeah. And man, so what better than to bring these 2 fantastic shows and see which characters we want to hang out with. Now, here's the gist. Today, I am picking my top 4 characters that I want to hang out with in his show. He's hanging out with the top 4 characters in my show. Now, here's the deal. Before we decided to do this, we went on a year journey, basically trying to catch up and watch these shows. Andy, I believe You're in like season 8 or 9. I'm in season 8 of The Office, I believe. I have one more season to finish before I'm actually completely done. But it's been a fun ride. What do you think about the Goldbergs so far?
It is fantastic. It is so good. I slept on the show for sure, and it is definitely a favorite right now. In fact, my kids sing the theme song to it quite often around the house. So it's a good one, man. Love it.
That's one of my favorite things about the Goldbergs is it is super family friendly. I mean, it's just fun. And I love pointing out the things. Yeah, I had that in my kitchen, or I had that in my whatever, right? That poster or that movie. And then I like to always talk about, as far as Goldbergs go, this television show is based off of this movie. I love that. I love that. And so I watched The Office.
What do you think about that?
It's different than the Goldbergs. I did sleep on it because I knew it was a little more crass, and everybody kept telling me, get through the first year, get through the first season, get by that. And so I just jumped past the first season. I tried watching that first season several times. I've seen most of it. I jumped back, and then I went back and rewatched after I've seen it all. So now we have moved on, and here's the deal. You're probably going to get some spoilers today. So if you've never seen either one, now's the time to pause, start watching, and come back.
If you haven't watched The Office yet, I mean, I could get the Goldbergs because it's more recent than The Office. But listen, it's already been spoiled for you if you've been on the internet with the movie and everything.
No,
God! No, God, please, no!
So anyways, let's not waste any more time, because what we know is it is important to get right to it. And so, friends, let's take a journey in two of our favorite shows, our Rushmore of who in, I guess, these are George television shows we want to hang out with. Let's get it.
Summit Squad, here we go. We are going to get into our Rushmore of characters that we want to hang out from each other's favorite show, whatever you want to call that. So excited for this. But look, we decided, just like we always do, let's bring on a good friend. Let's bring on a guest. And look, we're bringing back an old friend of the show. He's been on quite a few times. I think he is the second highest attended guest that we've had on the show. Welcome back to the show, Dennis Breland. What is going on, man?
What's up, Dennis?
Stoked to be back.
Dennis, what episode number is this now? This is what? 6, 7?
Either 5 or 6.
I think it might be, yeah.
I was one behind Paul.
But Paul's been on since then. So yeah, you're still up there. You're neck and neck with Paul. Yeah. And you guys were on one together, so you both that was kind of a wash there. But yeah, hey man, so tell the Rushmore show, man. You like the Goldbergs, you like The Office, you like TV. Kind of what's your thoughts on these two shows?
I love both shows. Well, and I think it came up last October when we did the sitcoms. Afterwards, we were all talking, and I kind of helped both of you persuade the other one into watching the shows. So,
yeah. So you're a big part of this happening. In fact, Kirk has got some retro video games. If you guys haven't watched the Goldbergs before, it's set back in the 80s and all that fun. He's actually playing the game that was on there. This was a big flop in the video game industry, and it was part of that episode. But the ET game. So we love the Goldbergs. We love The Office. Dennis, thank you for kind of making this thing happen. It's a year in the works. We've been working on this, but yeah. So here's the deal, guys. We've talked about, we don't want to have just kind of a boring topic of who are the best characters, because I mean, like, that's cool. It's fine. You know, a lot of the times we do those things, but we throw in that wrinkle. We throw that extra, that different little criteria of who do you want to hang out with? So Kirk, in your opinion, how does this make maybe this process a little more difficult or just different?
Well, I'll just say this. I'm picking out of The Office. And as funny as I love the show, most of the people I don't want to hang out with. I just don't. I don't. Yeah. I like the show. It's funny. Do I want them over for dinner? Have you watched the episode when they had dinner?
How about a toast? To LA? Here's to good friends.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That is sort of an oaky afterbirth.
What was that?
No, like there's not many of these people I really want to have over, but most of the ones I don't want over are some of my favorite characters. So
Exactly.
that's gonna how this all plays out. But yeah, I mean, as far as the Goldbergs, a lot of those characters I probably would want to have over. I just so we'll see how it all plays out, because I don't get any picks until Benjamin and the Goldbergs, and a lot of the people that are kind of who I would want are gone. And then I'm thinking that maybe just as hard as it is for me, The Office, it's hardest for you as well, even though you love it because of the way the two shows that kind of play out. So you might have to particularly pick somebody you don't want to have to dinner. So we'll see. Or pick some C-list guys, some random guests, if you will.
Probably think of those things. So let's not waste any more time. Dennis, you're gonna lead us off this week. Before you give your Rosie, criteria. Now, just to give kind of the broad things here, Dennis gets to pick from either show.
Yeah.
So he could go all Goldbergs or all Office, or you can kind of mix it up however he wants to. He's got the whole pool, right? Which may make it a little bit more difficult. I don't know. Maybe it makes it easier. So Dennis, when you're putting this together and you're thinking about these characters that you would actually want to hang out with, what's your criteria? What was your thought process for this?
It literally that. Who would I like? Especially The Office. It's hard to figure out who you would want to hang out with.
I get
The
that.
Goldbergs is a little tricky too, because some of those characters are like, I don't know how much I could take of this person.
Right.
So kind of went with who seems like they'd be fun to hang out with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a good time, maybe a weird time.
There's plenty of weird times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good, man. So you got 3 minutes on the clock. Who's your Rosie? I'm interested to see where these come from.
My Rosie, we're gonna start with a real wild card. I said it was gonna get weird. I would hang out with Creed Bratton. Why not? It just, you don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be so unhinged that it's going to be interesting. And I can't think of anybody more awkward to hang out with than Creed, and just watching him interact with other people and seeing what's going to happen. What's going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah. So let me say this. When thinking of this list, he is the absolute bottom of the barrel for me. He was nowhere on my list because of that reason. Because you say you may not know what happens. That's right. You might be killed.
I didn't realize that everybody here dresses up every year.
Me neither. It's Halloween. That is really, really good timing.
Who knows? Like, or you're just, you're going to play music with him. Who knows what's going to happen? This dude, unhinged, crazy. But I will say this: if we were doing a Rushmore of like our favorite characters, Creed makes my top 4. His little lines here and there are some of the best. Like, who's your worm guy? Oh, you're paying too much for worms. What? Like random things that he says, like all of those things. So I'm surprised by your pick, but if I see where you're going, like it would be interesting. So I mean, I guess I can give you that for sure.
It would be.
I tend to have to lean and agree with you, Dennis. This is a good pick. When you're putting together the Office set of characters, the bad that outweighs the conversation is probably worth it with Creed. The one thing about Creed is we just don't know how crazy he really is. It's always been insinuated that he may have killed somebody, right? Or he may have done all kinds of situations. But he has such a small part throughout the whole arc of the thing. He's just that wild card, if you will. That was perfect how you said that. I think it's a great pick. I think it's a fantastic pick.
He might be the Scranton Strangler. There's a theory out there that he's the Scranton Strangler.
He might be, or somebody else might be, which I won't say their name because somebody I don't see why somebody would
Why
hang out
would you
with
pick that person?
Right, because there was another guy who kind of got a little heat on that a little bit most of the
Right.
show. But yeah, Scranton Strangler. I mean, why not? Let's just hang out with the Scranton Strangler. I mean, whatever. I mean, that'll work. But hey, I guess I'll jump in. So I kind of gave most of my criteria away. Who do I want to bring to dinner? Like, I love having family parties. I love having friends over. If I have my best of friends over, who is the one person I'm not going to, or who is the person that I know is going to add to the flavor of the party? Who's going to be able to not be cringeworthy? I'm not have to be necessarily scared of what they're going to say. Or maybe if they say it, we all kind of know who that is. Oh, don't worry about him, or don't worry about her. So that's kind of where I was going with that conversation. And honestly, it was tough. It was tough making actually the whole show's tough because I'm trying to plan you guys out.
Right.
And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to pick a guy that I nearly did want to put in on the list. He's always at the bottom, which I don't understand why. I personally think he might be the funniest guy on the whole show, but I'm going with Stanley Hudson.
Ooh.
I am coming out with Stanley Hudson. Now, look, what I love about Stanley, first of all, let me tell you what I don't love about Stanley. He had an affair on his wife, and it didn't even matter to him. He just kept on hanging out with the mistress, right? And doing his thing. Like, it was just kind of, but I love his tongue-in-cheek, just blatant humor. I love the fact that he loves crossword puzzles. He's there for Pretzel Day.
Well, I like Pretzel Day.
I think we could hang out. I want him over and just kind of analyzing the room. But I love, he always has a funny look or a funny, like, just passive aggressive comment in the meetings towards some of our other characters. And to me, I just feel that he'd be a fun guy to hang out with. I'm going with Stanley.
Oh my
and he's bringing up the rear.
The good thing is he's so low maintenance. Like, you don't really have to worry about him. It's not going to get crazy. You'll go to bed by 8 p.m. probably. It's going to be a nice night. You know, one of my favorite scenes is when they are like, does Stanley notice anything? And they just, like, Andy Bernard's there without a shirt on and he's just typing. And then Kevin is dressed up as Phyllis. And yeah, it's like, so he's really not going to, he doesn't care. He's so low maintenance in that. This is a great pick. It's interesting to me because this is where we're going with both of your picks. Now, I know Dennis is a little different because he's got both pools, but, like, I'm starting to lay the groundwork of where I think you guys are going from here. So this is great. The only thing is, like, don't bring him if one of your plans for the night is to play basketball. He's not your secret weapon. He will
No. See, and we do like to have quite a sports situation, but we always have those people that are on the side watching our volleyball games or kickball. Stanley be sitting with the wife, enjoying the music and the food, and probably doing a crossword puzzle. So there you go.
And bonus, you get to hang out with Florida Stanley, because Florida Stanley at the end of this show is a different level of Stanley. So
yes,
good.
Yeah. All right. Well, Andy, you're up, man.
Okay. Well, criteria. I mean, like, we're beating a dead horse here. That's probably a horrible thing to say, but this is, who do I want to hang out with? I mean, like, I don't know, complicated or whatever. Like, the Goldbergs is a little bit easier in my sense, because I feel like with being family friendly and we love nostalgia, that's all that this show is. But I will tell you this, that all four of my people, like, there are specific reasons that I picked them that kind of go with my personality. So who do I want to hang out with? And I also, like, it'll make sense as I go through. So, but I'm going to go ahead and start with my Rosie. And this one might be the surprise of them. Not because you would want to hang out with them, but it's like, oh, wow, that's who you're going with. But my Rosie is going to be Matt Bradley. From the JTT. Now, Matt Bradley, let me tell you about Matt Bradley. Okay, so he is the absolute most positive person on the show. Doesn't matter how much Barry rags on him and calls him stupid Matt Bradley all the time. He's just like, yeah, man, I deserve that. Like, he'll take it. But I will tell you this, he is one of the most supportive friends that you'll have. He is such an encourager.
I think you should be happy with the way you are. You're amazing, man.
Save your kind words, Matthew.
I am a person, I love words of affirmation. I'm a love language person, and Matt Bradley would 1,000% fit into that. So I get to hang out with Matt. And then here's the thing. Maybe I'm cheating a little bit, but as a bonus, I get to hang out with the whole JTP. So, I mean, as a bonus, I kind of get to hang out with them. So
you're kind of stealing an idea of what I was having, and like if they would have made it as a group later, like just if they maybe, because there are a lot of top notch guys that I was just gonna go out with the whole team.
I mean, Naked Rob's cool. Like, those guys are cool, but like, I want to hang out with Matt Bradley. He's the guy. He's the positive one. He kind of came on a little bit later in the show. He wasn't one of the original guys, but Matt Bradley, man, if you want somebody to encourage you, to lift you up,
he kind of reminds me of Matthew McConaughey in the Dazed and Confused movie. I mean, he's just kind of out there, kind of like a stonerish looking fella, always in tie dye. Yeah. I mean, he's a funny dude. Yeah, but yeah, he's like you said, he's always positive. He's always positive.
What you think about Matt Bradley, Dennis?
I like that. I like both of those picks from y'all because you can hang out with both of them together and it'd be a chill night. Like, very low maintenance. Hey, we're just going to sit on the couch and watch TV. Yeah. Sounds great, man. By the way, you're awesome.
All right, man. So let's go with your TJ Jazzy Jeff. Where we're going?
My TJ, we're going to the Goldbergs. And my TJ is actually Adam. I would just like, it's going to sound weird, I guess, because I'm 38 years old, but that kid, like just hanging out with him, watching all those 80s movies that he loves to watch, playing the games, coming up with new ideas to film things. He seems like he'd be a really fun kid, a good friend to hang out with.
What I will say is, since I don't get to do the Goldbergs, and I almost assume that one of you are going to take Adam, if it was my list, this would be my George. This would be the top of, and he's the reason I actually watch. There are a ton of funny people. Adam's he has comedy, but he's not there for the comedy, the main character following his journey. But I just see a lot of me in Adam. A lot of things that he did. I love the whole camera thing. I love the video games. I love the grandpa and pops. I love all that kind of scenery. And I feel that I could have been one of his buds. Yeah. And so I would love to hang out with him for sure.
You are the Dave Kim. Maybe not.
Hey, watch yourself.
Whoa. Good pick, man. Good.
Yeah, good pick.
All right. Kirk, we're running through these, man. But
yeah, we're running through. But listen, I'm going to Crushmore right here with I'm going to Crushmore here with Dennis. I'm going with Dennis. I'm going with Creed Bratton. And look, I almost made Creed my George. I almost made it my George. And again, we're going back to thinking about people I would want to hang out with. This is a whole different type of party. I didn't give it away right last time, but I would love, look, I'm a pastor, dude. And I'm kind of maybe going a little different. I would love to just sit and hear the stories.
I've been involved in a number of cults, both as a leader and a follower. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
Even if he has a murky past, I've hung out with a lot of murky people on the streets. This is like, I could have the conversations like about the wartime and the fact that he might, like, he's got so much depth but we never even met him. It's so funny to me how big of a character and a backstory they built with him over the years. And it was just, I always just want more.
That's what she said.
Like, we just got another snippet into how unhinged and crazy he may be. And like, I always was waiting for like one of those office parties, him to just explode and just come in guns a-blazing or whatever, and just being crazy. But he's always, it's almost like he's past all that, and he's the old guy you just got all the stories from. It's just fun. I think it would be a good conversation.
You've gone polar opposite ends of type of person you're hanging out with your two big. You gone low maintenance to I might die. And that's interesting. Dude, I am shocked that he made both lists. That is, but again, it's letting me know kind of where you're going. So I get that. But he would be interesting. He would definitely be interesting.
Now, I don't know that I'd want to hang out with him at a party. I would probably want to hang out with him at like a coffee shop and be like, hey, let's just.
I just know that I need other people around. Never known.
Right. Yeah. I want to know where my 6 is, and because he's kind of crazy. He's kind of crazy. But hey, Andy, Goldbergs. TJ Jazzy Jeff. I mean,
Jazzy Jeff, man. We're going back to the 80s. DJ Jazzy Jeff, TJ Jazzy Jeff. This one is kind of like your Stanley pick. My TJ Jazzy Jeff, I'm going with Murray. Most people from an outsider would be like, he's such a grouch, he's whatever, like all this. But listen, Kirk, you know this. This is a lot of what we do when we hang out is we are at your house, sitting on the couch, watching football.
I take my pants off as soon as I come in the door.
Home.
My dad.
TV's mine.
But here's the thing. Like, we want to talk about low maintenance, man. As long as we've got food in the fridge, we've got football on TV, we're gonna be good, man. He's chill, right? He's just relaxed. Obviously, unless he's dealing with his kids and he's calling them morons and he's just having to deal with
moron.
He's doing all that stuff. But man, this guy, like, no expectations of having to do this big crazy party, anything like that. In fact, he doesn't want that. So yeah, 100%. I'm sorry, man.
I would flip-flop him. He would be on my top 4 favorite characters, 100%. Just love him to death. I would flop him within those last 3, probably around. But he, I just relate a lot to him as well. A lot more, not necessarily me, but like my dad and Brittany's dad. I see a lot of them, just that old school, whatever, not caring, let the mom do most of the work, go out to work, come back, relax on the couch type thing. And he is, watching the football games or whatever. I love how he talks to the kids, not a way that I talk to my kids, but that's what makes this show funny. That's kind of the crass that you get. But I would hang out with him, especially over, football, watching the Eagles and the Cowboys for sure. I want to be at that game, watching the game with them. One of my favorite scenes was when was it Adam? No, it wasn't Adam. It was Barry. Him and Barry are going to find the greatest steak sandwich, the greatest Philly steak, right? And they're going out, and Barry's like, Dad, if it's not true, I will legally change my name to Moron. And he's like, deal. I love it. But dude, I love this. It's great.
And then the thing too is, it's like, as harsh as he is with his kids and everything, like almost every episode there's that he's a good dad. Like he cares.
So I also looking at it I think it was the episode where he is their Halloween and Barry doesn't hang out with Pops, and they do the egging to the house, and at the very end there's this moment where he's kind of like looking through the window, being a totally different kind of dad, and it just like, man, I love that. I would love to sit in that moment.
Yeah, but
this is a big big, man.
I love it. I'm not a football guy, but I would sit there and watch a game with Murray.
Oh yeah,
it's just so interesting. And I love the angry, yelly characters. They're just great. They're always come off great on screen.
Yeah.
And look, hey, since we're talking about him, the show went downhill. It really did. It went downhill when he came off. I mean, there were some other changes that happened, but when he came off, it was a big deal, and rightfully so. Why he was removed, but if you know anything about Jeff, dude, follow some of his other stuff. He's hilarious, bro. Yeah, he's a funny dude. But anyways. Man, that is our first half of the mountain, just like that. And hey, look, it's time. It's television. It's time for a commercial break. And look, we'll be right back after these messages.
It all starts with an idea. But you can never tell where an idea will end up. Because ideas spread, they change, grow. They connect us with the world. And in a fast-moving world, where good news moves at the speed of time, and bad news isn't always what it seems. Because when push comes to shove, we all deserve a second chance. To score. Dunder Mifflin. Limitless paper in a paperless world.
Welcome back to the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. What a great commercial, blast to the past, television. Let's go. I loved commercials back then. They're not nearly as great now. What's really great now is our friends over at Culture Box. Culture Box is a bunch of guys that welcomed us into the circle, and we just want to give you one of our friends today. And do us a favor, go check them out. Andy, tell us all about Stunning and Brave.
Stunning and Brave. Each week, hosts Chris Cowan of the Babylon Bee and Nate Henderson of some boring budgeting job confess their privilege, spotlight stunning social media posts, and fabricate outrage, all while keeping you super woke and enlightened. They will make you laugh. That's right, you have no choice. They will make you laugh. Check out Stunning and Brave at stunningandbrave.net. Check them out, man. Good friends, Culture Box.
And guys, if you go on over and check out Stunning and Brave, tell them the Rushmore sent you and that we said hello. But if you're here hanging out with us, hello. Hello. Hey, welcome to the Rushmore Show, Summit Squad. And if you're here, go down in the comments and leave your top four. Maybe you like the Goldbergs. Maybe you like The Office. Maybe you like them both. Tell us who you would want to hang out with. If you don't know or don't like either one of them, maybe this is a time to get started to watch and let us know what you think about those two particular shows. But hey, it is now time to move on over to the second half of the mountain, climb up this summit with you guys, come on for the journey, and it is time for our link. And Dennis, you're up.
All right, for my link, we're going back to The Office. And we're going to go with a guy that could either be chill for the night, or you can go have a good party with him. And I'm going to go with Daryl. And since I'm already there with Creed, and Creed makes music, I could get with Creed and Daryl, and we could make some very interesting music. But Daryl, he just seems like the cool guy. Like, he's going to have a good idea. He's going to have fun, and he's going to make sure you have fun.
Yeah, Daryl is a great pick, man. He comes off my Benjamins. I really wanted to hang on. And the only reason he's Benjamins is because I'm not picking. He may have made my top four had that been my pool to pull from. This guy's awesome. I like where you're going with the music, though, man. So that's the unfortunate thing is Adam Goldberg is not going to really add too much to your music, but he may film your music video. So I mean, at least
right there you go.
But good pick, man. I love Daryl.
I love this pick. If you watch The Office and you only watch the first couple seasons, you're probably not picking Daryl. His character grows over the course of the time. I'm in the camp that he should have been the boss after Michael, but
Absolutely.
I like this pick. There's a lot of qualities about Daryl that are really good. We mentioned basketball. He's the guy I want over to play some basketball. He can get the party together. But yeah. But here's the deal. I think we should just start it over, and I'm going to crush more with you on this pick with Daryl.
Nice.
So there you go. So let me just finish telling you about Daryl, because I love this pick. The one thing that I mostly love, well, one, he's a sports guy, right? I love the fact that he is a great father, and probably one of the only great fathers on this whole show. Yeah, but he's a good guy, man. He's always looking out for his kid. I really love the fact that he kind of built his way up from, warehouse manager up to the top. And I think he ended towards the end. And again, I haven't seen the last season, but I think ops manager is where he's at now, or wherever he was going, something like that. But I really love this character. I could definitely hang out with him. He seems like one of the guys. I love the kind of back and forth that he has with Andy, and that just kills me, because if I'm being honest, it's no surprise Andy is not my George. So I don't really like Andy. So yeah, I like that.
Out of context, I don't like this conversation right now.
Yeah, and I kind of thought
it's
that
something
would be
about
funny.
the name, Andy.
It's something about that name. But I love Daryl. He almost was my George, to be honest. Flipping with him and even Creed at time, and then I just had to back him out for my criteria.
Right. You talk about him being a good father. I think about that Christmas episode where he had his daughter, and he paid to get so she could buy everybody something from the vending machine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple scenes throughout the time talking about his daughter, and I just really liked how he was. Now, here's one thing that I don't necessarily love about Daryl, was that he was dating Kelly. Yeah, and so I just can't. I can't. And what's funny, I looked up a couple lists, and she's way high on the list, and I would never.
Nope.
Never.
I'm just gonna spoiler. Her nor Ryan make any list of mine.
Number one, how dare you?
Never. More. Yeah.
I did hang out with Ryan as an intern, but there was a point where he just flipped.
Like when he was the boss?
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. All right, man. So, hey, you're at your link now, Andy. And where are you going?
There was no doubt when I was thinking about this who my top two were. It's just the order that I'm going to put them in. And with my link, I'll do this, man. I'm going with Pops. I got to hang out with Pops, man. This is the guy. Here's the thing. RIP. I haven't got to that point in the season, but, I do know that the actor did pass away. Here's the thing. Again, as I said with Matt Bradley being very supportive, he was the absolute most support. I mean, now Beverly was supportive to a crazy level, but he was so supportive of everything that Adam wanted to do. He's getting in the suits to dress up, to be a part of the movies that Adam would film. This guy was awesome. It was always an adventure. I mean, who knows? We might go to Florida for the summer if I'm hanging out with Pops. He's going to give you money to do what you got to do. He's just going to have a great time. He's probably the ultimate enabler, but just a great guy. He's full of wisdom and advice that most of the time they don't take. Adam doesn't take until the end of the episode. But if I want to go to him for wisdom, if I want to go to have a good time, he's pretty much the full package there. So My pick, man, my link. I'm gonna hang out with Pops, man, for sure.
Yeah. So if again going back, I don't get a chance to pick these guys, and so he is definitely on my mountain. Probably my link behind Adam. I love Pops. He is fantastic. He's always he's really a side character, but he's so every episode he's in, it's one of my favorites. You know, whether it was the driving of the Trans Am through the fast food joint, right, or the time when he comes out as Ghostbusters.
We're literally the coolest men alive.
Roger that.
Here's the other thing too. Again, bringing in the personal side to things. I wish I still had them, but before my grandfather passed away, I remember they had a video camera, like a home video camera at the house, and me and my brother and my cousins would film little skits and little things kind of like we see in the Goldbergs, right? And my grandpa would be in it every now and then. He would support it. He'd help out. We got to use it. I remember one time in particular, we put on like a Garth Brooks album or something, and we filmed like a concert, and my grandpa just filmed it. So like thinking of Pops, like really like there's a personal tie into that too. There's just something comforting about hanging out with a grandpa. I know that sounds creepy, but someone who's going to be supportive like that. And Dennis, any thoughts on that?
Dennis, what do you think about Pops, man?
What I think about Pops is that we should move on to the top of the mountain, and I'm going to Crushmore because that is my George.
Yes.
Everything you said, he's supportive. He's your best friend. I feel like I remember him being a little assertive when he had to be.
Yeah.
And giving you the advice you needed to get you through everything you had to get. And he was always willing to do anything Adam wanted to do. He was there. And yeah, everything you said, I mean, it's perfect. He was the grand. And I'll be honest, that's the point I stopped watching Goldbergs is when the actor died, because he is my favorite character on there.
Yeah, so he died in between 8 and 9, and so the like filming of 8 was finishing, and then they kind of open up season 9 with kind of the announcement, if you will. And now the episode's gone. I think, and after 10 or after 9 is about when Murray goes, and this last season, which was 10, I believe, kind of tanked because those two were gone, to be honest. And it really struggled. I mean, 10 years of a show is really tough anyways. But how many more videos does Adam have? I mean, like, come on.
I think he's out. These last few seasons ended with interviews rather than video. So. And
I think that's one of the things. The show kind of changed. It kind of moved on. And that's it lost its thunder. But hey, it's time for my George. And hey, look, I'm just going to throw this out there. If we had gone a different route, top 4 favorite characters, this guy probably doesn't make my characters. Actually, I don't know that any of my guys actually make the top 4 favorites. But to me, I think he's the most even keel out of all. I have to go with Jim Halpert. I mean, listen, if I want to hang out with somebody, if I want to have a good conversation and prank Dwight and just really laugh about all the Michael Scott moments and do all the things, he developed from a really just so salesman to all the way up to the regional director or assistant to the regional, and then all the way up next to Michael Scott as the co. But you watch him get married, you watch him become a father. He's a good husband. He loves Pam to death. Some of the moments of him kind of like where there were it was kind of cheesy at a bit, but I mean it's The Office. It's how it all just played out. He really did love her, and I just love that. I mean, there were some moments where you can connect, and I like Krasinski. I mean, he's a good actor. But again, Jim probably doesn't make my top 4 of that show because he's not the one I'm coming to watch. He's not the guy I'm coming to watch when I'm watching The Office. But if I'm inviting anybody over to have Office gossip and to talk about those guys, to prank some people, I want him on my team. He's probably my George of The Office to hang out with at my house, and he's probably bringing Pam and the baby. So that's a benefit. So
I'm disappointed with you.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Not because I don't like the pick, but you went a route and then you changed it. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like if you're going to go that way, bro, just go all in, right? But I mean, you can't listen. Like, he's solid. I'm nowhere near threatened for anything. It's going to be a good time. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk shop. We're probably not even going to talk about work. He's a sports fan. So
here's one thing, and this is one of the reasons. And I kind of forgot to mention this, but let's go to the dinner party, right?
Yeah.
He's like trying to get out of there.
You'll never guess. I just got a message from my landlord. Apparently, my apartment flooded. Something with the sprinkler.
Oh no!
Pam, we should probably get going and see the damage.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't need two of you to do that.
Like, that's the person I want to have hang out, because it's not going to get to that level. It's just not. But you're right. Like, I'm leaving the fire for you. The thunder. The thunder is for you. Like, I don't know if I would come to that part.
Still, I like my Benjamin list. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. There's a lot of thunder left.
Jim Halpert guy, Dennis, you like him?
I like Jim is. How can I say, like, the most normal? Yeah, you don't have to worry about anything in your house getting like broken or burn your house or anything crazy. So it's a good pick in that sense of like,
well,
yeah, it's gonna be a good.
I kind of bookended it with the route we're going.
I'll say,
and you know what? We could have flopped them anyway. Those are the four guys I want at the party.
Yeah, but I'll say this: you get to do some good pranks.
Damn it!
Okay, hold on. Judges in session. What is the problem here?
You put my stuff in Jell-O again. That's real professional. Thanks. This is the third time, and it wasn't funny the first two times either.
Right. What is that?
It's my staple.
No! Do not take it out. You have to eat it out of there, because there are starving people in the world, and which I hate, and it is a waste of that kind of
Okay,
food.
you know what? You can be a witness. Can you reprimand him, please?
How do you know it was me?
So that's
right. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's one of my favorite things about him, because his prank war with Dwight is one of the things I'm looking for whenever it happens. It's fun. It's fun stuff. All right, Andy, time to announce the leader.
The number one.
The Goldberg.
Listen, here it is. I mean, it's what the show's about. Let's go with my George, Adam Goldberg. I got to go with Adam, dude. Listen, even though I didn't grow up in the 80s, I was Adam Goldberg of the 90s, like to that. Like I was a fan of all things nerdy and whatever. The 90s, 2000s, whatever you want to call it. Like that was my wheelhouse of time. Like there are pictures of me from the early 2000s, which I mean, honestly, you can make a show out of, like, just the nerdy looks and everything, holding up my binder of Pokemon cards, playing I'm collecting Nintendo 64 again. Like, I'm all about that. So everything about Adam's character I relate to, even though it's in a different era. And he loves the simple things. You know what I mean? Like, he's not overcomplicated. He just loves things, and he's so unapologetic about it. Now, there's a few episodes here and there that you could tell he's kind of in that struggle of like figuring out, like, is he grown? Is he still this little kid? But he always comes back to his real love. And I love that. I think the whole idea of like filming these movies and stuff with your friends, like me and some of my friends growing up, like we would film these little things, like I talked about before, like with my grandpa, but even things where we would film stupid videos as a kid and whatever on these like digital cameras. And, that was a thing back in the day. But yeah, just thinking about that. And look, if I went back to that time, who would I have the most fun with? It would be Adam. 100%. That's the guy I'm going to be friends with in school. If I'm putting myself in the time frame of that show, I want to hang out with Adam. He's the dude. He there's so many other funny characters around him, but it really centers around him and his life. So I love Adam Goldberg. There was no debate. It's definitely my George. And I know, Dennis, you've already shared that he's on yours. Kirk, you've shared that he would be your George.
He would have been my George. I mean, he's what makes me watch the show, to be honest. I love. Hey, here's another thing you didn't add, and we I think we finished the mountain well. Is he's ideally the director and producer of the show, and we see live footage from when that guy actually was a kid that most of these episodes were based off of. And it's just phenomenal to me that he takes like a 30-second clip and can connect that into a whole episode and connect it to a television show and connect it to a video game or whatever. It's just, I think it's brilliant storytelling. And yeah, I love Adam. It's a great pick. Great pick.
All right. Well, look, we've ended it. We've ended our mountain. I am now done with the Goldbergs. Kirk, you were done with The Office, and now we've got to try to figure out how we can piece together some Benjamins. Like I said, I still got some heavy hitters on here.
Hey, well, let's jump into All About the Benjamins. Let's get it.
Come on.
First Benjamin, let's see. You know what? I'm going to go with David Wallace.
Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it.
Oh. He just seems like time.
Well, so specifically, David Wallace retired would have been sick. So when he's in
the summit music, hilarious.
Suck it.
That's a good pick. That's a very good pick. Hey, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to step in with the king. I'm going with just he's comic relief. Thanks for leaving him, Barry Goldberg.
I didn't want to hang out with him. He's just because of that.
Yeah, he's a pain in the neck, but gosh, I would like to be a part of the JPG, but not necessarily his brother. I would not want to be Adam. Yeah. But if he's one of the guys, sure, right?
Okay. All right, so I got to do it. I've got a back-to-back here, and I'm worried that I won't get either of these two. Again, with The Office, I feel like since you already took Jim, we just got to go off the hinge with who we're hanging out with now because there's not very many even kill characters left. And I'm going to go with, for my first pick, let's do it, man. Let's go with Michael Scott. I get to hang out with Michael Scott. I get to be, it's cringy, it's crazy, it's whatever, but I'm going to be entertained. I will know that, listen, if anybody gets mad, it's going to be at him and not at me. So, I mean,
so let me ask you this.
That's good.
Would he have been your George?
Would he have been? No, he would not have been my George.
Okay.
He would not have
Would
been.
Would he have been on your mount?
He was on my bench. Maybe he would have.
Oh, he's on your bench.
A lot of people you took were definitely on my mount, if they were on my mountain, for sure.
Okay,
so cool. I'm going to go with Michael, and then my back-to-back, since I get Michael, I mean, I got to have Dwight. Give me Dwight Schrute.
Really?
Give me Dwight Schrute to hang out with.
This is a crazy... Okay.
I have to go this route because you've taken the I mean,
right. I mean, it's the pigeonhole, right?
I don't want to take Pam Beasley. I mean, that's boring. Anyway,
yes.
So I'm going with Michael and Dwight. That's my two picks back to back. Kirk, coming back your way for another Goldberg. Don't tell me Beverly. Don't tell me Beverly.
Well, no. So that would be the Michael Scott pick, right? And then that's the Michael Scott pick. Yeah, I'll leave Beverly for Dennis. But here's where I'm going. I already mentioned his name already. I'm going with Dave Kim. What better sidekick, Adam, than Dave Kim? I would love to hang out with Dave Kim. He's like one of my friends when I was a kid.
I love the fact that they have to say Dave Kim every time. He's not just Dave.
He's never, Dave Kim every time. Yeah. So, all right. So, Dennis, you get two picks, man.
Well, the first pick I'm going to go with, since I'm already hanging out with Creed, and this thing's getting already crazy, let's bring Meredith in. That's where it can really go.
Man,
gosh.
He is bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
So who you going with next? Your party's getting unhinged. What's going on?
Well, I'm at this party that's already crazy, and I need to not be the dumbest person there. So Kevin's coming along.
Nice.
Now, Kevin, I'll just be honest. Kevin was the one. He was the wild card for me. I tried to figure out how to get him on the mountain to bring the chili, right? And I love it. But yeah, he just didn't fit in my team. Now, look, I'm going to bring in a guy, which honestly, Andy, I was worried you were going to pick this guy. I'm going with Coach Meller.
Coach Meller.
And not the Goldberg one. I'm going with, not Nick Meller. I'm going with Rick Meller. So the original coach. I would love to hang out with him.
I didn't add him on my list because I don't want to drink like kale smoothies and stuff all the time. that was 100% why I didn't.
Yeah.
All right. So since the Benjamins are taking this route of just insanity now because it's The Office, let's see how crazy we can get this party. You've already taken Meredith from. Not that I would have taken Meredith, but let's go crazy. Nobody mentioned him, and I'm going to give a little love to him, man. Andy Bernard, give me the Nard dog.
No!
Here's what, that dude brings his banjo to the party. It's on, dude. We are rocking. Now I have Dwight and Andy Bernard together, so we can actually hear them play Country Road all the way through without a stupid character like
Country Road.
Anyway, I'm going to go with Andy Bernard, and then with my last pick. We might say Meredith is the most crazy on the show, but I will absolutely 100% die on this hill that this is the craziest character of this entire show. Give me Robert California.
Oh,
Robert California.
So here's the thing. I am in the season of Robert California, and I believe I may have picked him. If I finish this season, I may have to change my subject, but I'm only like 3 episodes in Robert California. So that would have been a bit of a wild card for me, yeah. So, hey, back to me. Hey, here's another guy. Well, it's one of these two. Who do I want? Actually, I got 3. And this worked out perfect for me. I'm going to go with one just because I want to name him. And I don't have a lot of crazy people at my party, but I cannot believe, Andy, you didn't name your boy, the Rush fan, Johnny Atkins. Gotta have Johnny Atkins coming to the party. Bro, he is the least cool guy I've ever seen in the history of high school.
My problem is he's been in high school for like 8 years. He's failing. Why is he still there?
Push him out.
Yeah. So he's the only guy that knows Rush, man. That's hilarious. There was 2 other guys I would have picked.
Good way.
From the posse. But I'm gonna leave it there, man.
All right, last pick. Who are you hanging out with, Dennis?
Last pick. Where am I going with this? You know what? I'm gonna complete the people that can play music with me, and I'm gonna hang out with Erica Goldberg.
Oh yeah, there you go.
She could be your singer. Right?
Yeah.
That's a big one.
What I love about Erica is she's really Eric Goldberg, and and which is so funny. Like, this is a whole nother story. How do you feel if you're Eric Goldberg, right, and you're the only guy that doesn't make it in your brother's hit television show, but you're now Erica Goldberg, who doesn't even exist? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up.
The Good Mountains, we did it. Somehow, I don't think we're going to survive our hangout session if we have any office characters.
No.
It's ours. This was an interesting topic today, man, but we made it through. Good job, fellas. Good
job. Hey, I love the topic. So, hey guys, it's television, and we have some great episodes coming up. We got our very first kind of spooky one, if you will, because we got some friends of the horror genre and friends of Andy from when he was doing the band scene from back home. Nerd Squish. They are a YouTube channel that likes to kind of do spooky things, and along with them, we're bringing Fave 5 from Fans with Jamie Ray, and he's a big old school horror fan. So we're gonna have a spooky television episode. We're also hopefully gonna get Jason back from New 80s Revolution. He's gonna come on. And look, this is a great topic, and I'm hoping he accepts. He hasn't actually confirmed because Jason's been out with some personal stuff, but hopefully it is going to be the top 4 moments in television history. Top 4 moments in television history. That's like across news, sports, maybe an award ceremony or two. I don't know. Maybe all the wars that have happened. Anything that's really big that's come across TV. And then we got 2 more weeks after that, and we have a couple other YouTubers that may be jumping on with us. And so I just wanted to tell them a little bit about this.
Yes.
What's going on here?
We're excited, man. So back in, April, we went to St. Tammany Collectors Con at the Castine Center, and we are back for the second round, October 14th through the 15th. It's a Saturday and Sunday in Mandeville. Come hang out with us, man. We got our good friends Robbie and John will be there. They're all famous and got their pictures on the card, man. But dude, so many amazing things are gonna be there. Deep Roy.
Hey, look at that! Look at that! Zordon is gonna be there.
Zordon.
And the Oompa Loompas.
Look,
Zordon.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, gosh, that's awesome. So Zordon will be there. Deep Roy will be there. We've got so many awesome guests. But we get the privilege. Man, we probably have the easiest job there. We set a table up and we get to hang out with people. Like we talked about, this is the Rushmore people we want to hang out with. We just love hanging out with people. So, and that's what we do. We connect, we network, we do some interviews, have some fun, and buy some retro things along the way. So it's a blast, man. Come out there. We'll put the link for all the information down here in the description. So come check us out, man. Come hang out with us.
Man, I love it. Dennis, thank you for coming on board for your 182 time, and we can't wait to see you again down the road. Hey guys, it's October, and this is October, and I hope you guys enjoy fall, but it's time for us to get on out of here. Andy, tell them good night.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4
and nothing more.
Peace.
Peace out.